So the power of direct looking for what it is that the thought is claiming, right? So instead of just like that was what Nkosi was sharing with you. He was saying, stay here. Don't get on board Thought Express. Just don't touch anything, he was saying. Not a thought, not a feeling, nothing. Stay where you are, where you already are. Right? Because where you're looking from is what you're looking for.
Yeah, the other part of that, if I might share, from last Saturday when he was saying, don't have any, don't the imagination, the memory, don't look to any of that stuff. I was starting to feel like I was a doer that couldn't do something. So I shared that with him and he said, oh, okay, well, just notice here's memory, here's intention, and for some reason at that point, it felt more smooth to me because I wasn't trying to do anything. I could just see what was coming up and it was more free flowing for me in a sense. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Because you can use that anyway. So now it's easier for me when, rather than condemn myself and tell myself I shouldn't, it's easier to say, oh, just flow with it. It helps versus you telling me not to. That they can work differently for different people.
Well, one of the things I found so powerful, you guys, is, for instance, look now, right in this moment, see if you can find memory. Anybody find anything called memory?
It's part of imagination.
Hi, Joan.
Hi.
Okay, can you find imagination?
Yeah, I don't know where that is either.
Yeah, that's what, okay, that's, yeah.
I had a session with Nkosi also. I've been Nkosi'd.
Oh, man.
All I know is that after I was with for 2 hours. I mean, I just felt so much lighter. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, really. When I say good, I mean good.
I don't know what happened, but it just, yeah, it was, yeah. I got nothing.
So there's thoughts of what apparently happened. That's the only memory I could find. Visions, words.
Wait, but you can't, in this moment right now, can you find a word?
Just a thought of a word.
Can you find a thought? Really look. Don't just imagine. You know, like I can find a pencil, right? Here's a pencil. Can you find a thought?
Not a location of a thought, no.
Well, if you can't locate it,
It's just there,
is it?
but I don't
though?
know where it's
But
coming from.
that's okay. Good, Joyce. This is the freedom, guys. This is the mind-blowing part. What I realize what Nkosi's doing is he's basically deconstructing thought. He's saying you're imagining all this, that, and the other. But if you actually look, you can't find a shred of it. It's all story. It's all made up.
It's an appearance. It's an appearance, right? It's it is and it isn't.
Well, I know what you mean, Charles, but in a way, he's Nkosi's. It's not even an appearance. Because who is it appearing to?
Yeah, an appearance seems to point to something. This seems to point to something too, to some people that are see it for the first time, I think. But this is it is and it isn't. You know, the isn't part of the nothing part of this, which is not a part, but it's when you go searching for this or a thought or whatever, you find nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yeah. But you have to look. See, the thing is, what I notice, right, is the tendency is to go back to thought and to think about it, to give it more thought or hit it from a different direction or pick a different word. But what we're doing here and what Nkosi was doing with Alice, he was just saying, no, look now. You can't find anything now. It's just all imagination, 100%.
yeah.
But there's no one doing it. There's no owner of the imagination.
But you're really looking at nothing that maybe has a present coloration of whatever is happening now, but it's still nothing. Whenever you go search for it or look for it, nothing is what the experience is. And
Well,
there's no experience.
you know, back in the day in this apartment behind me, I used to do a deconstruction class. And in a way, you could even deconstruct color as being a story.
Yeah, it is a story.
I know, but let that in, like take a moment. So what isn't a story? That's what Nkosi's, I posted today, a beautiful Nkosi quote. What's here and now without imagination? What is it that cannot be imagined?
It'd be nothing or no thing.
Yeah, and that's, you know, that's what Nkosi said to you, Alice, is he said, so this is nothing trying to become nothing. Right? It's nothing, imagining it's something, trying to get back to being nothing.
Well, it's nothing appearing as something. It's nothing as appearing as a thought. The thought then is nothing, but it's nothing appearing as a thought.
But you can't find it.
You can't find it.
That's just a story.
Yeah, that's a deconstruction.
All of it.
All of it.
The whole damn thing falls apart, you guys. It just like dissolves right in your hand. And then your hands dissolve. And then
Right.
everything dissolves.
Everything has to be unlearned. You know, everything has to be seen that way. You get to nothing.
Well, it's actually the opposite. You're already nothing, but you're still imagining you're something.
Yeah.
Oh, should we let Ron in? Okay, let Ron in.
I say we take a vote.
Ah. I'm like, my Joan's awfully chippy this evening. Oh yeah, I had a 2-hour session with Nkosi. Now she won't even show her face now.
Oh, I have a thing on my face. I'm running a program. I'll show you.
You're fine. No, you don't have.
I have a thing. I'm running a rife machine on an infection here. So
Oh, okay.
I'm feeling my body right now.
Okay.
So,
Well,
for
why?
nobody.
I thought that's what you look like after talking to Nkosi.
He did this to me. It's his fault.
From South Africa?
You know, there's always, you know, what do you call it? Teleportation or something. I don't know.
All right.
Who knows?
Effortless and obvious. That's the name of the 6.5-minute segment from Alice in his private that I posted. Effortless and obvious, because he kept repeating it. And you actually repeated it too, Alice, when he said it. Yeah, effortless and obvious. So what does that mean, right? Effortless means forget doing, right? So that kind of kills the seeker right there. If it's effortless, what about the obvious part?
It's obvious to no one. Well, that's true.
It doesn't require anything particular. It's obvious. It's just here. So there's nothing to be sought or discovered.
Yeah, it's exactly this. Exactly whatever your experience is to the T. If you blink just there, that's this blinking. So again, the magic word is already. As you guys know, that's the one that sent me over the cliff. Because already, again, it chops the leg off that there's a me there. There's not a me there. So every time you start as a me, poor me, woe is me. I can't hide it. I always light up. Don't say it, Alice. So effortless and obvious is just this. I don't know, should we ask him? Should I put him on the spot? Nkosi, welcome.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Okay, so you didn't give me your feedback, so I don't know if you like it, but I'm gonna ask you now publicly. What did you think of the picture I used of you, the kind of artsy in your hoodie from the private session with Alice? You could be honest. If you didn't like it, be honest.
I don't mind. I don't mind. Just a picture, just a
Good.
photo.
Good man.
Yeah,
Just this.
I don't mind.
Yeah. I was sharing before you got here how powerful watching the two of you working together in Nkosi. This is very powerful. And Alice, you were perfect. It was so great watching you. Like it was just, I was right there with you. I'm like, yeah, I would have done the same thing, you know? You go back to mine, and then Nkosi would point out, and sometimes you would, oh, I'm back in the story. So the overriding message was don't move. You're already there. You keep getting involved with thoughts and feelings. So you feel lost. And now you're trying to use thoughts and feelings to come back home. But you never left. If anybody has a comment or question, please feel free to unmute.
We can bring up the previous thing we were talking about, the difference, if there is one, between appearance and this. Is there a difference in Nkosi?
There's no difference. There's no difference. It's all this.
Yeah.
This seems to appear as something other than this, but it's not different
Yes.
from its source. The same. It's the same thing. It's all this. There's no difference.
It's appearance to no one. Is that?
Yeah, it is. It appears in this as this. So it's not difference. There's no difference. whatever may seem to appear, it's just this. There's no separate appearance that comes from outside of this. There's not even outside of this, there's only this.
So you could say this appears as this.
Even right now, what is being said is only this. You can't say anything outside of this. Whatever you may say, whatever may seem to arise, whatever thought may seem to arise, it's only this. There is no separation at all. There is no separation. Whatever direction this may take, or whatever direction the me may seem to take, the me which is not already, it's only this. So so nothing matters to this. And there is no you there, there's just this. All what seems to be happening, it's only this. And there is no one who will become this, because there's only this. There's no one already. So whatever is being said here is not trying to convince anyone, because there's no one here. There's only this. So talking is happening, but nobody's talking. It may seem that there is someone who wants to be enlightened, but already there's no one there. Seeking happens, talking happens, thinking happens, but nobody's doing any of that. It's just happening. There is no you to know this. And there's no you to become this, because there's only this. So whatever may appear, it doesn't matter to this. The intention or the expectation that arises, it doesn't matter. It's no one's expectations already. It's no one's intention already, because there's no one already. It's just this. So all is okay. The me cannot be found. It seems to be there when it is not looked for. But when it is looked for, it's not there. So when it seems to disappear, it doesn't mean that it was there. It was already not there. It may seem to disappear in the story of a me which is not already. But its disappearance, it doesn't mean that it was there. Because in the first place, it never even appeared. So it's all imagined by no one. And there is no one to know this. They are just bodies moving around with no one in them. And all thoughts that seem to arise, it's no one's thoughts. So all is this. All the sensations in that body is not the evidence that you are there. They're just sensations. And there's no one there in the body. There's only this. Sensations are just appearances in this. Everything is included in this. Every happening is included in this. There is no separate happening. There is only this, thinking that is not yet this. Oh, this can't be it. This is it. The same. All this. This is unconditional love. There are just no conditions here. There are no conditions. and I don't know this. Because there is no one here.
So, and Nkosi he's not just reciting facts. He's not just saying how it is. He's responding to something, like a fireman responding to a fire, a house on fire with the hose. And the condition, there's already some other condition, and Nkosi's pointing to it. That's what we're always pointing to. But the thing that's the house on fire is this me. And all the me is just this. So why would there be a problem? The me is the claim that everything Nkosi just said is wrong. It's the claim that no, there's something else besides this. It's the claim that something matters. My story matters, all that. And the me is constantly putting up all the thoughts as evidence for its reality, evidence that everything that Nkosi is saying is not true, that there is limitation, there is a story going on, there's something for me to do, the me is real. And that's where the thoughts are important. They keep claiming the reality of the me, and that's what we're used to. So in a way, we have a choice. It's kind of like a battle between what is real here. Is it the me's story, or is it just this? So the me's story is just this. There isn't anything but just this. But then somehow there's this claim that it's not true, the claim that there's more than this, there's something else than this. And that's what we're following all the time when we're fascinated by the story and the thoughts.
But that's also this making the claim. Right,
Yes,
Dan?
yes.
This is making the claim.
There isn't anything else.
No,
Yeah. There's no else. There's no difference. Everything is this. The me is yes. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. But it's the claim. No, there's something else.
which is this, which is also this.
Yeah, it all ends up in the same place.
not-
But in the meantime, we get like hypnotized somehow
Yeah,
with the idea. And that's what the whole world is. Even though it's all just this. It's the idea that it's not.
What was coming up for me and Nkosi when you were speaking was just so very, very clearly how I can be so arrogant as to think there's anything else but this. You spoke it so clearly that I could just see that anything else was arrogance, that there could possibly be something else. And it just hit me very deeply tonight. Thank you.
That's great, Alice. And you know, you can notice that every moment. Every moment there's evidence of this arrogance. We don't notice it, but now you're starting to notice it, and you can keep noticing it. Really, all we can do is notice. If we're not noticing it, then we're just, you know, we're being carried along by the story, which is also just this. But it's great, these moments of you know, when it's so obvious are wonderful, but these moments of noticing are every moment. Every moment is just this.
It feels like nothing lands, like there's nothing, nowhere for it to stick. So I don't have any position.
The me is a claim that there's a position that needs to be taken care of.
Yeah. It's something that falls away.
Well, for me, there's only this, and part of this is my imagination that there is another this, or a better this, which is just fantasy. Those thoughts are part of this.
Whose
They're
whose
fantasy.
whose imagination is it, Ron?
I don't know. It's imagination, singular word.
Right.
It's not real. It's
Right.
only in the
But-
brain. It's only in thoughts.
Right, but if it's my imagination versus it's just imagination.
My response to Nkosi's words were that I feel it's profoundly relaxing, but it's also energizing at the same time. So that would say you understand that, Michael, do you? Yeah. 'Cause it-
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah, because you would think they were opposites, relaxing and energizing. But that's how it strikes me.
Yeah. It's energetic, you guys. It's not a thought process. You can't think your way. And that's all the me is going to keep going. It's going to keep trying. But the recommendation was to stay where, don't move. You don't need to get involved with the thoughts. It's amazing. It's shocking. What? I don't need to get involved with these thoughts?
Because they're not for you, they're for the me. And just to keep the story going.
But again, I want to, before we close out tonight, I want to emphasize the power that I got from Nkosi. Whatever Alice would say, whatever story she would be telling, basically his one answer was, look now. Look now. Can you find what's scaring you? Can you find in this moment anything like what you're talking about. And if you really look, you won't be able to find it. And so that's usually when you break out in laughter, Alice. Because you would get wound up and then he would make you look for it and then you'd start laughing. I want to thank everybody who sent donations. We got some donations this last week, so thank you on behalf of myself and Nkosi. We're so appreciative of everything. Any last comments or questions before we close out this evening?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, not to get lost on this, but I think Dan's last point about thoughts are for the me, very profound. And that really hit me, Dan. So I just wanted to thank you for that. And thank you, Michael and Nkosi, and it's great to see everybody.
Thanks, guys. Have a great evening. Thank you, Nkosi. Thanks, everyone.
Everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
Michael. Thank you, everyone.
See you guys.